Yo, 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 yo. We back. How y'all doing? Yes, I'm back. This is episode 9. Um, I've been a little busy. You know what I mean? We still get into it. We always clocked in. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. I just life has just been life, and I had to skip last week's episode. You know what I mean? So we begin this week with this episode. Um, I started a new position at my place of work. You know what I mean? And one of my life goals, tattooing. You know what I mean? I landed in another spot in a shop. So we trying to get that all situated and figured out right now. But I think you guys are being patient. So once again, hit that like and subscribe button. Also that bell button so you always be notified when a new episode has arrived. And shout out all my new subscribers. Shout out all my old subscribers. Okay. We still going up. You know what I mean? I checked the other day, numbers views is going up. You know what I mean? People are tuning in. So again, thank you guys. All right. Um, shout out all my runners. Again, I we still getting to it. Shout out all my people on a fitness journey. Shout out everybody on a healing journey. You know what I mean? So you just want to level up every day, and this is what we trying to do. This is what we always promoting. This is what we do over here. You know what I mean? I don't know what they talking about over there, but over here we all about growth. All right. So if it ain't your motto, you gotta bounce. So you know what I mean? Fuck out of here. You know. But yeah, bro. Um, it's been a long, week and a half. Um, I've been putting in a little bit of overtime and getting some good sleep. You know, uh, writing down my goals. You know what I mean? Conquering everything I put in front of me. And, we just going to be blessed, bro. So, how has y'all week and a half been? I know it's been kite. Ooh, excuse me. How have y'all week been? Okay. I know it's been chaotic in the city, as always. You know what I mean? But again, how has y'all week been? How y'all sleep? You know what I mean? Are y'all getting exercise? Are you drinking your water? Are you? Yeah, it is what it is. First thing first, Brothers in Nature men's hike had to move it from the 12th to the 19th. That'd be the following Sunday after the 12th. Um, I was stuck in a run mode, man, and I'm basically booking runs, and damn near, I forgot what date I set for my next hike, and yeah, I'm in a Halloween run now. You know what I mean? The 12th. So that's at 7 a.m. And then I mean I probably could have still did it, but I'll be tired, bro. It's woo, I'll be out for the whole day. So that's why I'm not no plans after that run. But yeah, brother, October 19th, Oak Openings, park. It's in Swanton, Ohio. You know what I mean? Brothers in Nature. Bring your spouse, bring your friend, bring your female best friend, whatever you got going on. You know what I mean? Co-ed hike. Okay, we gonna be out here with nature. You know what I mean? Healing together. Let's get it. Yeah. Um. First thing first, I want to start off with. Well, second thing first. Um. I want to start off with navigating life as a fatherless. You know, navigating life growing up in a fatherless home to become a father. So um, I feel like your excuses become your reality. You know what I mean? At some point, we all have to outgrow that phase. You know what I mean? Either that's you gonna let that break you or you gonna let it make you. You know what I mean? What that mean is, yeah, my dad wasn't in the house, but that didn't make me who the man I was. You know what I mean? I know it takes a little toll on other people because I'm not them. You know what I mean? They not me. But I don't know. I don't. This is how I feel. You know what I mean? I feel like I do a lot to ensure that my presence is known in my kid's life. You know what I mean? And just making sure I was there from day one to day. You know, um, I feel like my lessons that I've learned as a child are teaching my boys what mistakes not to make, and they're doing a fucking pretty good job at it. Like I'm so proud of them. I've been talking about them all week. You know what I mean? All year actually. Like they've been. You know what I mean? They got some good grades right now. You know what I mean? They doing good on the football team. They doing good in a community um 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 classes at school and everything. Like I'm just like low key, I'm overwhelmed with talking about these. You know what I mean? So but yeah, man, that's how it is, man. In 2023, 44.6 of black children lived in two parent households. I think that number actually went up. According to some article I saw. I'm probably gonna post it right here, but yeah, bro. 44.6 of black children lived in two parent homes. Okay. We we take for granted that, you know what I mean? That's the life goal, bro. Like it's like I don't know, man. I can't get with these dudes that don't even bother to take care of their kids. You know what I mean? Kids is in the city. Don't even bother to even get them, to even take the initiative to, you know what I mean? Like now all of a sudden you can't be late to work and take these kids to school. You know what I mean? She always late to work. That's what I'm trying. I mean, even when y'all not together, bro, it's like you need to be that stand up guy that you claim to be in the hood, in that workplace. You know what I mean? Like wherever you talking, like I don't. You're not the realest if you don't take care of your kids. I said it. Quote me. Quote me. 47.5% of black fathers are absent in the black homes. That's a big number. It's not 50, but it's almost 50. And it's like, so we I know a handful of fellas that'll check a nigga in a heartbeat, you know what I mean? And I'm one of them, you know what I mean? Um, but it's just like y'all want us to speak up about these things, and these niggas don't give a fuck. So it's like, do I keep getting cussed out? Like, bro, how many times I'm gonna have to tell that nigga like, bro, you take care of your kids this week, bro? Shut the fuck up, mind your business. All right, I'm that's on you, nigga. And I also had a handful full of them niggas cry to me about the choices they make. You know what I mean? How they can't see their kids now. How she playing? How she doing? You know what I mean? It's like we told you this shit, bro. I don't I don't give nobody nothing but straight to it advice. You know what I mean? I don't have to sugarcoat anything. I don't have to lie about anything. Like I don't need you to like me. You know what I mean? I'm just being real, bro. Like I've been there. I've been on the other side of getting that phone call that your dad is coming to pick you up and he don't show up. You know what I mean? It's just like once you take that first L, it's like, yeah, I'm straight. I'm straight. But I feel like that built the character inside me as a man, as a father. You know what I mean? It's always clicking in the back of my head. Like I need to make it home to my kids. I need to be here for my kids. You know what I mean? And it's like I keep telling you, I don't respect no man that don't take care of his kids, that don't do nothing for their kids. That's one. That's the one. You know what I mean? And a whore. All right, I hate a whore nigga, bro. Stop bringing these girls all around us, bro. Cause why, bro? Niggas just can't chill, bro. Like, yeah, I hate a whore nigga, and I hate a deadbeat ass dad nigga, bro. So that's that. But despite the stats of fathers, you know what I mean, are often highly um active in the homes. You know what I mean? Like they not covering these in the news. Like everything we see is about deadbeats. But there are some guys that are not with the mother that do a lot for the kids. You know what I mean? They out there. They out there. They are. I know a couple of those too. I know some deadbeats. I know some niggas that's trying, and I know some niggas that's doing everything. You know what I mean? You gotta pick and choose, bro. And I hope you choosing the middle too, because like yeah, you can be trying because the mother is not, you know what I mean, letting you, but um that's no excuse to just give up. Again, I'm not on that side of the fence. I can't speak for everybody else. I can't speak for how everybody else feel about it. But I know one thing for sure. I'm gonna see. I'm John Q when it comes to my kids. You know what I mean? I'm John Wick when it comes to my kids, bro. You know, I I don't know, bro. What y'all think? What y'all think about absent fathers? You know what I mean? Deadbeat fathers. I know I'm not talking to the women. I'm talking to the dudes. All right, I'm talking to my guys, bro. How we feeling about that? We gotta somebody gotta be a stand up nigga, bro. Everybody stand up niggas, but niggas gotta be stand up niggas, bro. Like for real. Yeah, I ain't trying to keep getting cussed out by this nigga, but I'm gonna keep saying something until it click, and then eventually you just gonna cut me off, and that's fine with me. Fine with me, brother. But yeah, let me know, man. Let me know how y'all feel about the growing up as a kid who had an absent father in the home. You know what I mean? How did that mold you to the man you are today? You know what I mean? Do that still fuck with you till today? You know what I mean? How do you feel, my guy? Let me know. Next, I want to talk about the war on marriage. You know, um, I feel like if you ask a person that's been in a successful relationship, you know what I mean, not saying perfect, but successful, meaning like, um, yeah, we might have some bad days, but we got better good days. You know what I mean? Like it balances out. You know what I mean? It's not just toxic. It's not it's not bad for your health, everything, you know. Yeah. I only talk to men who got some real shit to say, man. You know, about when it comes to dealing with women, when it comes to dealing with relationships, you know. I don't just take advice from anybody, especially niggas that ain't never been in my shoes. You know what I mean? Like it just is what it is. I just feel like if your life goal, like the whole Aisha Curry thing, you know, I feel like if you felt this way, you know, about not wanting to be a mother, not wanting to be a married, no, not wanting to be a wife, married, all that type of thing. I feel like you should definitely speak up in the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, especially with the guys, if you don't want to be married, stay there. Don't change your mind. Everything you believe in is what it is. You know? It is what it is. You know what I mean? If you believe that your wife can get took just as quick as your girlfriend can get quick, then relationships just ain't for you, bro. Just be a hoe. I don't know what else to tell you, but I feel like it's such a big dark cloud over the word marriage, the union, the the construction of a marriage. You know what I mean? I feel like they clown you for anything. You know what I mean? A wife submits to her husband. She a pick me. A guy who's showing a public affection to his wife is a pandering to women. What the fuck are y'all talking about? See, I just go day by day. It's just like not liking anybody, not wanting to do. So this is my whole thing too. When we tell people don't do wife duties if you're a girlfriend, what is girlfriend duties? Can somebody describe to me what are some duties of a girlfriend? Like, are we supposed to just be fucking and texting every now and then and dating, going out every now and then? No. Or so there are women that do want to get married. Do you turn off a wife switch? Or do do it depend on the guy? I want to know. You know what I mean? Again, as always, I cannot speak for everybody's, you know, I know my wife was doing wife shit the first day I met her, making me a plate, bringing it to me, my drink, everything, in front of her mom and her husband in the house. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, so if you're gonna cook, I'm gonna do the dishes. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna clean up. Now you can relax. Now I'm doing some husband type reciprocate. You know what I mean? So again, what what is the goal for most of you guys' relationships? If it's not to get married, then by all means do what you got to do. You know what I mean? But if it's to get married, I feel like both parties should start equally working towards eventually the goal of doing wife duties, doing husband duties. Cutting the grass is not husband duties. Washing the dishes is not wife duties. You know what I mean? I feel like it's based on the love and affection that you give each other. You know what I mean? When I think of a wife, I feel like I think of softness. I think of love. I think of nurturing. You know what I mean? I feel like when I think of a husband, I feel like a provider, protector. You know what I mean? And not provider as in financially. You know what I mean? I feel like my definition of a real man is different from everybody else's. I feel like real men should always have a solution. Real men should always be able to come up with a solution. You know, um, real men should be able to dwell on something for so long until they have to come up with a way to fix this. You know what I mean? Like whether you the gutters is down and you know what I mean, like or you just lost your job. You know what I mean? Yeah, it might hurt. Yeah, you might be down for a minute, but I feel like that's only gonna last so long. That can only work for so long for people to feel sympathy for you, so feel sorry for you. You know what I mean. I get showing. You know what I mean. Being vulnerable as a man, but like at the same point, I feel like we got to be stronger too. You know what I mean. Yeah, it's a time to be sassy, but we got to be Hercules too at the same time. You know what I mean. But I don't know what y'all think, bro. What y'all think? Is there a war on marriage? You know what I mean? Is there a war on getting married? Um, I think the cons is right now outweighing the pros. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't talk about the pros. You know, for what? Y'all not gonna listen. You know what I mean? You don't know what it feels like to 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 really love somebody. You know what I mean? Want to be there for somebody for the rest of your life, man. Like I remember when I first got married, niggas was like, "Oh, I can't get married. I can't be having sex with one girl for the rest of my life." Niggas ain't got no hoes. niggas ain't got no girlfriends. Niggas is bouncing from girls to girl. You know what I mean? Now all of a sudden everybody looking for that special somebody, that partner. You know what I mean? That shit I was trying to talk them into doing when we was teenagers type shit, bro, because they wanted to do that. You know, so people learn at their own pace. People learn at their own pace. It's just selfishness. You know what I mean? It's just egos, like, yeah, every girl ain't gonna step out on you. You know what I mean? Every man is not bad. Every man ain't gonna step out on you. You know what I mean? So again, bro, you can't find that one. You gotta attract that one. Okay? You know? I don't know. Let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know in the comments. Let's get it. I want to talk about uh, the power of training your mind to think positively. um, I recently had a conversation with my wife, my life partner, about how I trained myself to just always think of a good outcome. And again, I feel like men should always have a solution for something, but it's not even that, man. It's like I've never had like with everybody talk about the struggle and all this stuff. Like I didn't see life as a struggle. You know what I mean? I didn't see eating noodles as struggle food, peanut butter and J's as struggle food, because my mom always made it like meal form. You know what I mean? Like we didn't have to. I didn't have to go in there and cook it myself. Noodles was made and brought to me. You know what I mean? Because mama cooked. Uh, or like we had breakfast for dinner, you know what I mean? Only because we didn't, not knowing that we didn't know have food in the house and all we had was breakfast stuff. I didn't see that as struggle food. That's just smack. You know what I mean? But yeah. So with that being said, it's always like everything could just be simply worse. You know? Um I was just grateful for the times we you know, we had noodles. You know what I mean? Every Tuesday was Taco Tuesday. Or when food stamps hit, it was Taco Day. You know what I mean? So um I just feel like my gratefulness overpowered my sense for what was really going on, and that's how I viewed the world, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I didn't have Jordans every month, but when I got them, it was not Christmas. I mean, it wasn't my birthday. You know what I mean? It was special. And that's how I view. Well, not now because like shoes is just shoes now. I feel like there's no like popular demand for the shoe anymore like it was back then. I don't know, man. I ain't been in school in a minute, but if it is, let me know. If it ain't, am I right? I don't know. But yeah. So with life going on, it's like I get to wake up. I'm getting breakfast before school, eating breakfast at school, eating lunch at school. You know what I mean? I was a chubby kid. I'm eating lunch at school. Um, Not only that, going home, what I mean, to a loving family. What I mean? I lived with at one time both of my grandmothers and my mom and some uncles and stuff like that. Um, I'm literally like the fourth oldest out of all my siblings from my dad. And I feel like I've been surrounded by abundance of just like love all my life. And it's like, again, my gratitude overpowered my sense of reality, what was really going on. You know what I mean? I didn't hear my mama in the room, arguing with the telemarketer about bills, because that was grown folks' business. Whereas like now, it's almost like adults are shaming or putting the blame on their kids for why they have to pay, or like other people for why they have to pay bills when it's like you chose to do this, But um even with that, it's like I have a roof over my head. I might not have no money in my pocket today, but because I just, what I mean, I pay bills. I have a roof over my head for the next month. My car runs for the next month. What I mean? I have lights in the house for the next month, gas in the house for the next month. You know what I mean? Food in the refrigerator for the next couple of weeks, you know what I mean? Because my kids eat a lot. But on days that I have good days at work, I have the ability to go out to eat instead of eating at home. And it's just like all these things, like I just be so grateful for. It's like that's why my mind just operates. And it's like I live a simple life for myself. You know what I mean? I wake up, um, I don't have to go to no studios no more. You know what I mean? I'm literally still learning all my mixing and everything and getting better by the day. Um, my dream goal of doing tattoos, I I learned to master that. You know what I mean? So I'm still mastering that while making a little bit of money, while having fun doing what I love to do creatively. You know what I mean? And I smoke weed. I hike, I camp. It's not free, but if I got all the tools to do that, it's completely free. I go outside. You know what I mean? Like it's like it don't take much to please me, you know what I mean, as a person. Again, I can't speak for everybody else. So that's why I'm internally grateful for everything. You know what I mean? So I live every day optimistic. You know what I mean? I live every day with some type of positive energy inside me. You know what I mean? Like I might walk into work, it's 8 servers, and only 3 of them got a table right now. It's been 2 hours. Nah, y'all, we gonna make some money today. As long as we walking out with at least something, we making some money today. And that's how I mean, like I can't stress over bills. I can't stress over what I can't control. You know what I mean? That's just me. You know what I mean? These bills gonna be here next month. I cannot stop them. Even if I pay them off for a couple months, they will still be there when a couple months is over. You know what I mean? So it's like they go be here at my funeral. like they will be printing off new bills the day you die for your household or whoever is left to stay there. That bill in your name will continuously go. My granny still gets mail for my uncles. For a couple of my deceased uncles, for her deceased mother. You know what I mean? And it's been a couple years for her mother and stuff, but it's like them bills gonna keep coming, bro. So I train myself to not just be angry about it, be mean, blah blah blah. It scared a lot of people away. My favorite what um they say I'm trying too hard not to fit in. That's my favorite. That's my favorite because if only you knew. If only you knew how bad I did not want to fit in. How bad I choose a different path on purpose. You know what I mean? If everybody's going right, oh, I'm definitely going left. I don't even want to bother. You know what I mean? That's one of the reasons why I'm a Michigan fan. I didn't want to be a follower. My mama preached all day, do not be a follower. Why the hell would I join y'all just to have a little fun? You know what I mean? And it's like that showed in life too. That showed in life too with my mama's choices about us. So we started playing football. I started playing football in the 8th grade. Um, I wanted to go to this nice ass team. You know what I mean? They go undefeated every year. They win in championships, all type of shit. They got the top players and everything. And I want to go over there. You know what I mean? It's like I want to be a champion. You know what I mean? She's like, no, you going to this 0-12 team, new. You know what I mean? Only been there for a couple years, and they've been losing every year. You know what I mean? This go builds character. It's gonna show you how to take a loss. You know what I mean? So when you finally take a win, ooh, yeah, when you finally take a win, then you will understand um, how to handle a win. You know what I mean, with poise, like a human, with real sportsman, like you know what I mean, sportsmanship. So we will lose every game. You know what I mean, every game, but this one, I got the quarterback fucking sack. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, we lost every game but this one against think it was like the Colts or something. Um, and yeah, bro, I took that win. You know what I mean? I went home. I was like, oh, this felt good. You know what I mean? It's like, mama, like y'all win today. We did, mama. Congratulations. You know what I mean? Y'all finally did it. It wasn't like, you know what I mean, like she didn't like throw it in my face, like ass team, about time. You know what I mean? No, it was like, congrats, y'all made it happen. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, that's what progression feels like. But we went on to lose every game after that, anyways, too. So, after football, I ended up playing basketball, and it was a lot more easier to take L's and win. So, uh, yeah, bro. I just I don't know what I do differently. I just force myself to think positively about everything when I can control my mind. Um, Weed doesn't control my mood. I'm just always happy, always positive, always been this type of, goofy guy. So that's that, man. But other than that, it takes a lot of hard work to train your mind to be positive. And I think changing your environment helps. Um, Actually looking at who you are as a person, you know what I mean? Flip that mirror on you sometime, you know what I mean? Uh Talk to yourself, talk about yourself, examine yourself, you know what I mean? It helps a lot. Um and overall just like find joy in what you do in life. You know what I mean? I recently just got out of a job where I didn't like, you know, the work anymore. So it's like, do I continue here to stay, to make money and be unhappy, or do I go somewhere with less money to be happy? I took the other route, and I'm severely paying for it. But we gonna get back on track. You know what I mean? Long as y'all stay subscribing and watching and viewing, YouTube, we gonna be good. You know what I mean? But yeah, bro. Even with this, even with my new serving, pay cut job, I get to meet new people. You know what I mean? It's always a plus with that. The shop I got in, I served them twice, and he finally gave me his card to come work with him. Boom. Um, I've been talking about traveling and camping. I got a couple connects with some RV people, you know what I mean, with some people with some land out of town, you know what I mean, with a guy with a spot at the marina, he ride boats and stuff. It's like, I can't. I met the director for he directed uh was that the Flame video with Chris Brown, Rick Ross, and Usher. You know what I mean? He owns the studio where they shot that at. Gave me his connections and everything. You know what I mean? I'm still supposed to be sending him a shirt. I ain't made no merch in a minute. Sorry, my guy. It's gonna come to you soon. But yeah, bro. It's just all you can always find the bright side. You know what I mean? In a dark room. You know what I mean? Everything always comes to light when you manifest and you know attract what you really want. So with that being said, that's how I train my mind to be positive. Um, yeah, brother. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what your steps is to stay positive during certain situations, during um um your finances troubles, your life troubles and everything. There's always a bright side to something. You know what I mean? You might not be able to eat today, but you eat tomorrow. I hope. I don't know. I be fasting, so food is irrelevant to me now. I just like, did I eat today? I think I eat today. I ate today. I don't know, man. But again, let me know what y'all think. You know, for sure. Okay. Um. Yes. Again. Brothers in Nature hike, October 19th. Oak openings. Swanton Park. Well, no, Swanton, Ohio. Sorry. in Toledo, or no, Swanton. But um, yeah, we meeting around 10:30. Come with some good hiking shoes, water, book bag if you want to, with all your stuff. It is what it is. We're gonna have a good time. Co-ed, women are welcome. I am planning my camping trip next year too. I'll have details for that coming up soon. Because we need to get started. Need people to start getting their equipment. You know what I mean? I need y'all to tap in. Um, my new spot at my shop. You know what I mean? I will be probably starting soon. So yeah, y'all gonna have to come fuck with me over there. You know what I mean? We about to start getting real legit. You know what I mean? The only thing I'm not changing up is the studio. This is where I come. This is where I comfortably record. This is where I comfortably create. That's the only thing I'm switching up. I mean, not switching up. Other than that, I'm getting out the house with the tattoos. I'm getting out the house with everything else. Boom, we here. Um, yeah, y'all have been here at the Sunroom. Welcome. The vibe is always right. You know what I mean? We always live in a positive mindset. We always having a good time. You know what I mean? Good topic. This is what we do. Um, Please be sure to email me with whatever topics you guys want me to discuss, or DM me on my social medias. I'm more than open to all suggestions. Sorry, I do have a special guest coming up. You know what I mean, soon when our availability opens. So look forward for that. Other than that, hit that like and subscribe button, that notification button, so you always know when a new episode upload, and we'll always have a good time. All right, let's get it. This has been Welcome to My Sunroom. I am Kashi Jayy. See you next week. Bye bye.